Story time. When I was in college, I used to party, just like many people out there. But maybe not as hard as some exchange students who would be having all the fun, drinking days in and days out, and exploring all the clubs in the city. Now, I always felt like those people had the ultimate freedom to do whatever they wanted. They wanted to travel somewhere, cool. Tickets booked, they're gone. They wanted to go to the club, cool. No responsibilities, just go there, have fun, drink and dance. It seemed like they were having all the fun in the world. They had all the freedom to do whatever they wanted to do at the time being, or at least for 6 months or 1 year while they're still exchange students. Fast forward 1, 2, 3 years down the line, I noticed the same pattern. Those people would come back home, and because they didn't build any capital in their partying years or in their college years, they would struggle to do anything in their lives like finding a job or internship or excelling in any type of career. But first, I feel like I have to explain the word capital. Recently, I've been reading a book that's called Defining Decade, where author explains all the necessary steps that you have to take while still in your 20s, while you still have vigor and life and time and no responsibilities, so that later on in your life you're not gonna regret and you're not gonna leave some stones unturned. So she describes capital in simple words, which could be translated into anything that makes you stand out. It might be a good resume with some actual work experience, business experience, some traveling, or some connections down the line that you made during your college years. So what happens is when you start building capital slowly, right? It might be a shitty internship that's not paying you any money, or it might be any type of job that doesn't really relate to your career, but you're actually learning something from other people. Maybe you're excelling in your position, maybe you're learning new skills like how to talk to people, or maybe how to create websites, anything that can make you stand out from the crowd. Now I understand those small things might not seem like a big deal, right? You keep doing the same things. Like from my example, I used to work in a digital marketing startup, and the things I were doing, they were not influential at all. Like I was doing basically like spreadsheets and all of these non-interesting, very boring stuff, but slowly all of those things started accumulating into good, powerful habits. I would also go out there and meet people and try to kind of recruit them into our team and into our application that I was working in. Those things slowly accumulated into bigger skills that I was able to use in networking or in building relationships, or maybe even just finding new friends. So the bottom line is those daily things that you do doesn't make any difference day to day, but when all of those things compound and add up, for example, after 1 year, it's a huge difference. The main point of how to create a capital is to lock in for some time. Look, I get it. You are jealous of people who are showing their perfect lives on social media, or maybe you're jealous of TV shows and reality shows and all of these people who are living their best lives and having all the fun. It feels like everyone in their 20s is having fun, maybe traveling, drinking booze, and doing all of these things while you're stuck doing the same job, or maybe stuck trying to build a better body, stuck trying to work in an internship. These things become a very contrast difference between each other. Some people are trying to impress women, some people are trying to work on themselves and hitting the gym, right? Some people are trying to just have fun, drink booze, and go night clubbing. Others are doing part-time jobs to pay off debt and rent. So what happens is, in reality, all of those people who are having fun, they are kind of working against time. Like the message that you hear nowadays is it's okay to be a lost Gen Z kid who's just trying to figure out stuff and, you know, just chilling, smoking, doing whatever fun stuff that he or she is doing. But the truth is, it's not gonna last forever. Like for example, you're 20, and to attract a girl, you need some type of humor, a little bit of confidence, you gotta be some funny dude, and that's pretty much enough. Just have some good looks, tell interesting jokes or maybe stories, and you have some type of connection. Now you're 25, you gotta have some type of ambitions or results, endeavors that you are involved in. And all of a sudden you're 30, opa, it doesn't matter anymore. You being ambitious is not enough. Like by this point, you already must have done something or achieved something, earned some money, traveled some places. You already have to build your own persona and your basically human being character when you're 30, 35, 40. The bottom line is you cannot have plans and ambitions forever. At some point you gotta take risks and take action. And look, nobody expects you to be a millionaire by 30, or nobody expects you to be driving a Lamborghini by 25 or 35, 45, doesn't matter. Like all of these things are superficial, artificial, materialistic expectations of society. So it's not really about what people expect of you. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice now to have some capital in the future. And look, I'm not trying to just say hustle 24/7, put your head down and do nothing but work, don't have any fun, don't have friends, don't do anything that would distract you from your goals and ambitions. I'm not saying those things. That culture is a bit unhealthy. You can have downtime, you can have fun, you can have trips and dates and friends and social life. You can have fun, and that's totally alright. But is that the main activity in your life? Are you lying to yourself that, hey, it's my 20s, I'm just chilling, you know, taking it easy, doing whatever, smoking, drinking, partying. I'm gonna figure life out later. So instead, I'm just gonna spend my days playing Warcraft, playing Call of Duty, playing Counter-Strike, whatever games you're playing. Keep procrastinating the dream life that you wanted. Please understand that 20s is not about having fun. You have been misled by the society. You have been misled by, I don't dare to say government, but anybody who says that 20s is for just trying to figure out your life. Just have fun, just do nothing. But it's not about it. It's about building a capital or building something that will serve you in the future. So what is it exactly? Capital? For you? You decide. I don't know. Some examples are building business, or at least trying to build a business, maybe even failing, building reputation, some income streams, trying a new bunch of stuff that will give you a lot of exposure to the world, exposure to the system of how to, for example, make friends, make money, build online influence or audience. Or not only that, how to build a body, how to build memories, how to take vacations and travels. As an example, imagine you are a videographer. You know people because you worked in projects, and with the right connections, right people, you can find better projects that will pay you more. The fact that you are a videographer can serve as a capital. Whatever you do in your day-to-day job or maybe freelance, all the skills that you have can serve as a capital that you can later cultivate and maybe even make them serve you. Another example, imagine you are very skinny or overweight. Instead of postponing it for later, start your journey now and get past the awkward stage right now. Your body can be your capital if you build an aesthetic and good-looking physique. Not only does it look good and aesthetic, but you also feel better about yourself. You are stronger, you are healthier, and overall it's just good for your physical state of being. Obviously, as long as you're not consuming steroids. So we established that 20s is for you to build capital. So how do we actually get ahead of everyone? The point is not to be better than everyone. The point is become so good that you are better than other people by default. You're not trying. It just happens, naturally happens that you are better. Just to clarify, by better I mean you have achieved more or seen more, experienced more. So to get ahead of everyone, you need to identify what is it that you are after. It sounds like any other boring advice, but it isn't. Hear me out. You need to know what you want to achieve. You need to know what you're willing to sacrifice more. Doing fitness, sports, trainings, cool, but whatever. Putting on extra 5 pounds of muscle or losing 10 pounds of fat, now that's a specific aspiration. Look, this is gonna take some time by default, but by identifying what you are after, you are essentially removing any other options. Meaning you simply cannot work on multiple things at once and try to succeed at everything. I know that I'm not gonna be a top-class guitar player, although I like to play guitar. I'm not gonna be a bodybuilder and compete, but I can be something else and be freaking good at it. When you put your head down and focus on a single task at hand, you're slowly building a momentum that is needed to achieve your goal. So if I was to return back to a couple of years from now on, right, when I was 18, 19, 20, if I could say anything, I would say, look man, I know this looks fun, all the things that people are doing, all the posts that they're posting on social media, all the parties that they're having, you see tons of perfect social media pictures, it just looks fucking dope. I also know you want to impress people, get attention and party and have fun. I know you are impatient. I know life looks like a giant competition, but I also know that the only way to achieve a substantial growth and get ahead of everyone is to slowly build a momentum, and most importantly to start it right now, because you will never have a better time to do so. Later on you might have more responsibilities, it might be family, it might be your job, it might be any type of other commitments that you have taken up on your life, or you might simply have less desire or excitement. So I would suggest you start right now. You start ugly, you fail, who cares? But time will pass and you will see all of those marginal, small, step-by-step improvements will pile up to a big compounding effect of a result, and then it will deliver results so big that you won't be able to recognize yourself. College party freaks will slowly fade into living boring lives. They will have absolutely no capital. They will have already lost some momentum. And if life was a competition, which is not a healthy way to think, but still, if that was the case, they're already behind. But the beauty is, after some time, life will still be going on. It's just you will be in a totally new level. You will have already built for yourself something through successes and failures. This is what you need to do when you are still young, and this is how you get ahead of everyone, and most importantly, yourself.